Hi, can you see me, Lisa?
Yes, I can. Hi, everybody. Hi, Wolfie.
We had a couple
Hi.
hiccups. Just a little bit. How are you guys?
I'm doing well. I'm seeing a lot of people entering this chat here. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane's Cabin and Soup and Eagle Steve. I'm
Yes,
sorry, you
and
guys. I can't see.
awesome.
Yes, Eagle Steve. Oh my goodness.
You know what? I don't see.
Freaking awesome.
I don't see you on the YouTube one. It's. I'm not actually seeing you, Nick. Can you guys see Nick? Chat?
I can see her. Let me look at the YouTube one. Hold on a minute. Oh, I'm not seeing her.
Thank you, Soup. You got it.
Wow. Now it's more technical difficulties.
You can't see. Yes, I do. I have a tiara, but you can't see Nick. I know.
All right, let me see. Well,
hi, Jack. Uh-oh, Nick. It's just the little icon.
Yes, I'm trying to see what's going on.
We're having technical difficulties.
It must have been the tiara. Must have been,
I'm the queen.
Oh, and I'm the princess. Oh, I see what's going on, I think.
Nick is incognito. Hi, Stack Silver.
Let me see. I don't know.
Nick, there's a white dot. Diane said there's a white dot.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah.
Oh, we lost Nick.
Am I back?
Nick.
You might have to bounce out and come back in.
I might. Okay, well, I will join you guys in a second.
Now it's just Wolfie. Hello. How are they hanging?
All right, well, let's talk. Let's see who's in here.
Still?
Is she back?
Am I back?
No.
No, I'm not. Huh.
Yes, I'm being Julie Andrews. You're missing Nick. Nick has one
Wow.
too. Uh-oh. Dun dun dun. I can see you on the StreamYard, Nick.
Yeah. For some reason, it's not showing up on the YouTube side.
It's like spinning.
Yeah, it is. All right, I'm gonna leave and I'll come back.
Yep.
Like leave all the way, I think. Do we have to restart it? There she is. Oh, it just went really fast, right? Oh, well.
Yeah, she left.
It's just us. Hey, Jack. Nick is Casper, Soup says.
Jack Allman, hello.
Queens. Yes, you're right. It's the queen. I'm actually being a princess right now. We totally missed the timing. It was supposed to be both of us with our crowns. But we lost one of our queens.
Am I back?
I see you on StreamYard.
I see you.
Hi. It must
there she is. Yep.
It must be the crown. I guess could there only be one of us tonight? Is that why you couldn't see me?
No, listen, Jack is still in the hospital and he's supposed to be out tomorrow.
Oh, do we know why he's in the hospital?
Okay, so Nick,
yes.
Okay. Do your thing, Nick.
Oh, hi. How is everybody this evening? We had several technical difficulties this evening. Yeah, my computer is slow. We might be having internet issues. So if I go back out, that's what's going on. You guys will just have to carry on.
So Eagle Steve says, Lisa, Nick, maybe they can put you on the gold maple. Good idea.
I want to
be Crystal Ward.
Yeah, I guess that'll do. Can we be at least have one separately? Do we have to share a coin? Right?
Is that terrible? I guess so.
I mean, I want to be on my own. I don't like
Steve says it's AI issues. Yes, let's blame AI. Flag City parts.
no
Nick was
kidding. Hi,
distracted
Flag
by
City.
the Tom Brady picture. One might assume.
Where is the one might assume? Where is the Tom Brady picture? I'm being blinded by Lisa's crown.
It's a tiara.
Oh, the tiara. I know. Mine's kind of hurting my head a little bit.
Live with it.
I know. It does hurt a little bit. Just a little bit. It's only
Why
like
does it hurt. How can it hurt?
because it's got like those pins that it's going like combs that are going in my hair. So it
Well,
hurts
if
a little
it's
bit.
too distracting, off they come.
Yes, well, I might have to. So we got the coronation coming up in May 6th.
A week from today.
Yes. So that comes with coins, right?
That's right.
Yes.
So are you interested in buying any of them, Silver Wolverine?
Probably not unless I see them locally, because from my understanding, when you buy from the Royal Mint, you have to deposit money, and then I've heard some people have money left over, so then they have to use it somewhere else or deposit more money so they can use the rest of it. So
Yeah.
I don't really want to order.
Give you a refund.
Yeah, so I don't really want to order directly from them, but if I can find them local, I might pick one or two up.
Yeah, I have really no interest, not unless they're cheap. Kind of cheap. But no,
And they're not.
No, and along with new coins, there are a lot of new things as far as stamps and national anthem, passports. I mean, they're going to have to change everything to reflect the king.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think it was there hasn't been a king on a coin. I mean, with a crown in over. I think it was through 300 years in England. In England.
Yes, and it was the same crown as well.
How do you guys know this stuff?
Well, because the crown that he has on his head on this particular coin is the Tudor crown, and it's no longer. It was destroyed. Let me see when it was destroyed. It was destroyed back in 1640.
Oh.
Yes.
So I'm gonna interrupt a minute and say hello to
Jenny Sweetheart
and Jenny Sweetheart. Department of Numismatics. Hello, the Dawn. It's nice.
Hi, the Dawn. Yes, my
So,
everything is slow right now. I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna just into this.
So I think having a crown on a king on a coin is pretty significant. So if I could find one, I would buy one. I just don't want to buy it from the Royal Mint.
It's significant for as of right now.
Yeah.
But because I mean, we have a long. He's got what his grandson, his son, his grandson. So we already know that there's going to be at least 2 more kings.
Yeah, but will they have a crown on the coin?
Oh, that's
I don't
their
know.
decision to make.
Yeah.
That's their decision to make, and
Right.
maybe they'll follow, and this will be a new tradition because usually they like their tradition. Long live the queen.
He says, "Long live the queens."
But actually, yeah, because there's 3. Because after Prince William, right, the next 3 in line, they're all closely in age, I think, and they're all children. So
Right, and it's William's children. So he has what? He's got the firstborn son.
3. Yep.
He's got a daughter.
You have Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and then Prince Louis.
Yep. Yes. So I don't think we'll see King Harry.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, I think that ship has sailed. Yeah, I don't think they even really want him at the coronation. But But what's interesting is that his yeah, his,
Well, I don't think he had a shot anyway.
no, he really what they call him the spare.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think it's
That's what
really
he named
awkward.
his book. That's what he named his book. So
Yeah, it's pretty awful growing up that way. Like you're just
another
That
thing,
that's the title I want. The spare.
the spare air. Yes, that's what it's called.
GMP says, I have the Canadian Mint 2020 Special Wrap Roll Collection. It has a roll each of nickels, dimes, quarters, dollars, and $2. That sounds like a good one from 2020.
Yeah.
And Department of Numismatics year is the Type 1, Type 2 year from the Britannia. Much 2021 for us. What does that mean, Don? The Don? I didn't consider.
Yeah. Well, he's talking about the Type 1 with the Queen, and then Type 2 with King Charles, which are already out. I already have the Britannias with the Queen. I didn't pick any up yet with King Charles on them yet.
Oh, the Britannias. I have
Yeah.
one or two.
Yeah. I have 4, I think, with Queen on them.
Sean.
I'm digging what Soup's saying.
So we did notice something else too that is a change on these coins is that the king's face will be turning the other direction from what the queen was facing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? But there was one time
Right.
in history when they did not follow the royal tradition. Do you guys know when that was?
Oh,
They were facing the opposite directions.
forget.
And it was, not too far down the line in history.
I'm going to say George won.
No, Edward VIII.
Oh, okay.
Queen Elizabeth's uncle. And there was actually a penny that went up for auction where they didn't have many made, of course, because, he did not become the king because he as well married a American who was divorced, kind of like his, nephew, Harry. And so the reason why he was facing the same way as his father was, is because of vanity. He liked his vanity. He liked his hair parted on one side, and that he had to be facing the same way his father was. And the Royal Mint was not happy with that decision. So they told him that they can make a mirror image, but that wasn't good enough for him. So that was the first time that he was going to not follow the royal traditions.
So I'm going to say hi to Chief Stacker. Hello, don't ask. Hello, Rainbow. Hello.
I wish I could see better.
What?
I wish I could see it better, but I don't dare to move or touch anything right now because I might.
That's all right. We got you back.
I might be a zombie. So
we got you.
But that's what I thought was interesting, where, vanity is what was going to keep him from keeping royal tradition. But then also Charles has been made to look like his grandfather a little bit on the coin as well.
Oh.
Yes. So it's sorry? What's that?
Soup says he has a nose like a dang ski slope.
Oh my gosh.
No.
He's not very attractive.
So Stack Silver says this is like a chess game. Queen takes bishop. I know. Okay, so should we want to do a little coronation?
But let's talk mintages first. Let's ask SW.
What's that?
What is the mintage
of the coins?
Yes, that are coming out during
well, they have a lot of different coins coming out. So they have a 50 pence. Let me scroll up here. So they have a 50 pence that is $11, and I don't think they have an actual number on them. There's a 1 ounce silver proof, and that one is 17,500 mintage, and it's 99 pounds.
How do you know this stuff? Are you reading it on the web?
I am.
Thanks for transparency.
And then they also have a 50 pence silver proof Peaford coin that has a limited mintage of 3,250 for $110.
Hmm.
So we have Stacking Investments. Hello.
Great 8 Scott and Gleason News.
And Raymond says we're rocking the tiaras.
Thanks. That's the only reason why we wanted to do the one on the
Yeah,
the Royal Mint, because Lisa and I kind of think we're royal.
Now, from my understanding also, is when these coins went on sale last Monday, I believe it was,
Last
the
Monday.
website was crashing.
hey, Gleason.
So many people were going on there to order them.
Yeah. That we hear that all the time.
Okay.
And it's probably
and-
true, but I'm just not sure.
And the other thing that I don't really like about the Royal Mint is that they don't, most of the time when they put new stuff on there like these, they don't announce the mintages or the prices till after they go live.
And you said the mintage was going to be relatively low considering what it has been in the past as far as like commemorative coins coming out of England, the Jubilees and so on.
Yeah, I mean, they're all relatively low, and a lot of them are sold out. They only have a few available still.
And they won't continue to mint them.
Well, a lot of them are saying no longer available. So I think a lot of these, like there was a quarter ounce gold proof. It only had 1,250 limited mintage for $750, and it's no longer available.
Was that one we want to find? They're no longer available, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Doughboy.
Mr. Doughboy. And Raymond had a question, but I can't see it. Can you see it? Civil Wolverine, I think. If anyone would know.
Let me see here.
I'm looking. Where's
I don't dare to move. Hi, Mark B. I don't dare to move because we don't know what might just happen tonight.
Do you know if the Type 2 quarter ounce Britannia sold out? Britannia. Are you talking about a proof or are you talking about just a BU?
That's a question for you, Ray.
I don't ask.
Soup says, cats in the castle. What will the corgis do? They'll run.
Is that your subject? Is that who you rule over, Lisa? Is your cat? Is that your subject?
No, she rules me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, uncirculated.
It's a funny looking dog.
Funny Rainbow. Hello.
Funny Rainbow. Hi. I wish I had subjects, but I just have a kid and she doesn't listen to me anymore.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, she's through listening to me.
Okay, so tell us more.
Oh, well, I think we should get into your quiz. I mean, that was the only cool facts I had.
Okay, so we're going to do a coronation quiz, you guys. But first I have to figure out how to do it from StreamYard. So we're being technically challenged. So I'm going to present and I'm going to share screen and I'm going to do the coronation quiz. All right, you guys, chat, this is for you. We're going to have a little quiz and you guys are going to throw your answers up there, okay?
Oh, Sean.
What did he say? I can't see.
I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to get myself into trouble.
Yes. You have to be careful now because you're a queen.
I am. Yes.
Okay. Can you guys see the coronation quiz?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to read it. Which monarch commissioned a new set of crown jewels for the coronation after Oliver Cromwell ordered the melting of the originals following the English Civil War? Charles II, Charles I, or James I? Chat, just answer 1, 2, or 3. Take a wild guess. I see James 1.
I see Charles 2.
I see
2 1s, 3 1s.
looks like we're looking at Charles II.
Stack Silver, good to see
Okay,
you.
I'm going to pick Charles II. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's mostly 1s.
Okay. Question 2. Where have coronations traditionally taken place since 1066?
This is kind of easy.
Don't answer it. It's for the chat. Chat.
It is an easy one, though.
It is, because we hear about this a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
What am I going to pick? What am I picking? Tell me.
Who are you asking?
You will be reading the chat. What's the chat say?
Oh, let's do 1.
Westminster Abbey. Yay! Okay. Question 3. The coronation chair was originally built for which monarch?
Perry Martin, how are you?
What does the chat say? Chat, Edward I, Edward II, or Henry III? What's the answer?
So far, we have 1 1, a 3 2, 3. Hold on. So far, mostly 3s.
All right, we're picking Henry III. Wrong.
G&P.
We're going to have to go back and get the right answer. Okay. Question 4. I'm not doing these progressions, these slide progressions. This is how they created the web. This is online at the
Very nice soup.
Okay. Question 4. For which monarch's coronation did Handel first compose Zadok the priest? Does anybody even know what that is?
I have no idea. I've never.
I don't either.
Okay. William. Uh-oh. It looks like my battery might be going dead on my laptop, Nick.
You guys, we are a hot mess this evening.
I forgot to plug it in. Hang on, I'm getting a little warning. Your battery's almost dead. There we go.
Crystal Ward.
Okay. William the Fourth,
We're
George
getting
the
a lot of
First,
question
George
marks.
the
We got-
Second.
and we're getting a lot of 4s. Thank you, Sean, for the 4s. But we had a 3 and a 2. So just
There's no. William the Fourth. Do you want me to do the first one?
yeah.
2.
We're gonna go back. Okay. Question 5. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II was the first of its kind broadcast on television. In which year did her coronation take place?
Oh, I know.
I know this because I told you this.
1954, 1952, or 1953? What's the chat say?
You want? Let's see. Hold on. 153, 152, 53, 52, 1852.
That was Sean, right?
Probably. No, that was Stack.
Okay. So
Mostly 1952.
It was 53 because she became queen in 52, but she didn't have the coronation until a year later in 53.
Well, I'm just saying what all the chat is saying. Most of them are saying 52.
1952. That was my first one too, by the way. I took this quiz many times and couldn't get everything right. Question 6. Which legendary engraver was responsible for creating the official portraits of George IV and Queen Victoria that appear on their coronation medals? Apparently that's him right there. William somebody. Oh boy. Can you guys read these? These raw. Leonard Charles Wyan or Benito how do you say it? Benedetto?
The third one.
The third one. That's the one. That's the right answer. Yay! Okay. Yay! Okay, question 7. Which item from the original crown jewels survived the destruction ordered by Oliver Cromwell? Nick just talked about this.
Did I?
didn't you just already talk about the destruction of the
I did just talk about this, didn't I?
Yeah, so answer one is the sovereign's scepter with cross. Answer two, the coronation spoon. Or answer three, the sovereign's orb. What does the chat say?
I know the answer. I like
Howard
it. When I know.
Stern.
What are they saying? 1, 2, or 3?
The spoon, the sculptor, that guy.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
What does
Four.
the chat say, you guys?
The spoon.
Did the chat say that, or did you say that, Nick?
One said it. One did.
Question 8. Which crown has been used for coronation since it was reinstated for this purpose in 1911? The imperial state crown, St. Edward's crown, or the state crown of George I? Chat?
Right, Department of Numismatics? I know the answer.
Wild guess, you guys.
4.
There's no 4. There's
I know, I'm just reading the chat. I mean,
Yeah.
Is Sean doing that?
I can see a number from here. A crown royal.
So
Purple
far,
bag?
three. So far, three's getting the most votes. Three.
Right.
Pick 3.
Sorry. Okay.
George first.
Question 9. Which part of the coronation service is the most sacred? The
This
crowning and homage, the anointing, or the investiture? Did I say it right? Investiture. What is the chat saying? 1, 2, or 3?
I still have a problem with this part here, though, and I'll explain after the answer.
Okay, but 1, 2, or 3, the crowning and homage, the anointing, or the investiture?
Looks like we're getting most 3s again.
Chief Stacker said 2.
Well, Chief Stacker is probably right, but the rest of the chat said 3. I have to look up, what does investure mean? Does anybody know? Okay, last one. Which coronation did the Royal Mint first commemorate with a coronation coin as well as a coronation medal? The coronation of King George IV, the coronation of His Majesty King Charles III, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth.
The Queen.
What's everybody saying?
The Queen.
We're getting 3s.
Yay! That's right. Okay. So we scored 5 out of 10. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So here's the answers. Okay, Wolvie, you're going to give me the answers. We're going to fly through it, okay?
I mean, we did,
So
sorry,
we know the first one.
Away
Wolvie
from the
got
queen.
that one right. Check got it right. Charles II, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yep.
where have the coronations? We got that right too. That's the Abbey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The coronation chair was originally built for which monarch? What is it?
Edward first.
Yay. All right. Question 4. For which monarch's coronation did Handel first compose Zadok the priest?
George II.
I still don't even know what that
That
is.
him? Yeah, me either. We got to look that up. Question 5. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II was the first of its kind broadcast on television. Which year did her coronation take place? We know this one.
53.
Yeah. Question 6. Which legendary engraver was responsible for creating the official portraits of George IV and Queen Victoria that appear on their coronation medals?
3.
Yeah,
We got that one right.
I think that was just a good guess.
Yeah. Question 7. Which item from the original crown jewels survived the destruction ordered by Oliver Cromwell? Hey, Wolvie, there's a note there about that. Did you see it?
Spoon.
It's a spoon. I didn't even know that they got destroyed. Question 8. Which crown has been used for coronation since it was reinstated for its purpose in 1911? Which one is it?
St. Edward's crown.
St. Edward's?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll all be smarter. Okay. Which part of the coronation service is the most sacred?
The anointing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which still, the
What?
king is supposed to be head of the church, right? And this is why the queen did not want him to get a divorce, because divorce is not allowed in the church, right? So how does that all work out now? Do they get to change and make their own rules, or how does that work?
The church is for the people. Okay, that's just my guess.
I'm just saying what I'm going by their rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, Nick. I think rules are made to be broken. Okay, question done.
Evidently.
Which coronation did the Royal Mint first commemorate with a coronation coin as well as a coronation medal? We all know this one. It was
Queen Elizabeth.
Yay.
No, I'm not making
That-
Give yourselves a big hand.
I got.
Okay. So I'm going to go back to StreamYard and stop sharing.
Yeah, I don't want to do it because we know what happens when I do it. So, but that was a big thing.
Your crown off.
And does anyone watch The Crown on Netflix?
I used to when I got Netflix.
You really should, Silver Wolverine. You really should. It's really good.
I say boycott Netflix.
Oh, well,
that's just my opinion because I don't like Netflix. Okay. So what are we going to do next?
That's true, Crystal. That's very true. I agree with her. And I think that's why the Queen really did not want to see, hand off the reins to him earlier.
I thought she made that decision early on because he had some, before he even got married, right? Hey, Robert.
Consultants, look, live coin Q&A. I don't.
Consultants?
I don't know.
Q&A? Who's behind the Litecoin Q&A? Is it our friend Paula?
Paula.
Or Shannon? Who's that? Somebody said up above, the king, when you're the king, you make the rules. And I think that might be the answer.
But Diane just made
right.
She just made a good, I can't see it now. He can now because Diana passed away. Yes. Hi, Sergeant Gold. I think yes, but she wasn't at the time. I mean, at her death, they were divorced. She didn't die while they were married.
Yeah, didn't Queen Elizabeth kind of force them to do that, to get divorced? I think it was a big skeptical.
Well, yes, because I mean, they were really causing a lot of havoc. I mean, they were having Diana had that book come out where what was that, Martin? I don't remember his last name, that interview that she had where, the famous line was, "There's 3 people in my marriage." That famous line.
Yeah.
And then he came back and hit her back with another. I mean, it was just a tit for tat, and it was just causing a lot of embarrassment for the Queen. And when you're queen, you don't need that embarrassment. You just don't need that headache.
Hello, Poker. Is it Poker Rossi?
Poker Rossi, yes. You just don't need that headache when you're the Queen.
Oh, so now you're putting your crown back on.
My head doesn't hurt as bad. I'm going to give it'll come off in a couple minutes because it is going to hurt in a second. Because I mean, they don't make these for adults. Go figure. But see, those things hurt. But
yeah, that does look pretty painful.
Oh, it does. It is. And it'll hurt in a second. You
need to get my kind. It's this
yes. Or either that, they should just make these for adults. I mean, why wouldn't they? They can make them with coins on them.
That's an idea. Okay. Maybe waiting for a bus. What do you do? I'm missing the chat here.
Oh.
So is anybody actually going to be watching this coronation next week?
Paula has a crown.
Oh, yay!
She can come on up.
Send a link. Krista Ward, Elizabeth is the one who changed the rules and made it so Charles could become king, which makes no sense because if it wasn't for that rule, she would have never been queen. Nick's coins. Okay, sorry, Krista, I'm not following the logic. What?
Elizabeth is the one who changed the rules and made.
Oh, you're right. That's right.
Okay, so
Because Elizabeth became queen because what is it? Defaulting, what do you call it? Abdicating the crown.
yes, of her uncle.
Right.
Yes, which was Edward the Eighth. But she didn't change the rules.
The Don says W is
Yeah.
wearing this tiara. That's why he's not on camera. I'm putting mine back on.
He's probably not on camera because he wears the tiara and he doesn't want us to know it.
And my tutu.
We need to see that.
I don't know. The visual of what I probably think it could possibly look like is going to cause me to have nightmares.
So, Soup, what are you saying? VI6? What are you saying?
The 6. Metal Braveheart.
Metal Braveheart. Yes, hi.
Is he saying it was Edward the 6th? I thought it was Edward the 8th. I think it's Edward the 8th.
I don't
Edward
know.
the 8th was her dad. Don't think so, but I'll look. Let me see.
Okay.
No,
Robert Pintoff has a tip for you, Nick.
Who does?
Robert Pintoff. He says, go to Bourbon Street. They will have plenty of crowns that will fit you, Nick.
And the beads as well, or the pearls I can wear as well.
She forgot her pearls.
So, let me see. Edward the 8th was her father. So who was?
I'm just going to have to go to the internet and internet this because I have no clue. What's our question?
Who was the father? George the 6th and Edward. Okay, so it was George the 6th was her uncle, or was it Edward?
Queen Elizabeth's uncle. She probably has a lot. Okay, the father was George the 6th.
Yeah, so Edward was the uncle.
What? I'm going to sneeze.
You're going to have to bump that up from one gold eagle.
Cheese stacker. You're right. George the 6th. Diana's correcting us. Royalty. I thought George was her father.
I thought George was the father as well, and Edward the 8th was the uncle. Because that was Edward the 8th was the first royal not to follow.
I have it right here.
And
I have it right here. George VI became king unexpectedly following the abdication of his brother, King Edward the Eighth.
Right, because Edward the Eighth on his coins before he left the throne was the first one not to have his face in the opposite direction. It was actually the same direction as his father due to the vain reasons of his hair. Like it parted down on a certain side.
See, so they do break the rules.
Well, and you know what? The Royal Mint wasn't very happy with him breaking that rule. But yes, when you become the king, I think that you are able to establish your own rules. I think so. Yes, so he could marry a divorcee from America. What was her name? Oh, it was.
Oh no, are we interneting this too?
Huh?
Are we going to internet this too?
Oh no, we don't have to internet that. But the name has been thrown out there quite a bit lately because they're comparing Harry's wife with her. So because of the similarities. Yes, yes.
Second verse, same as the first.
Yeah, sing it.
I'm Henry VIII. I
Well,
am.
now it's but
I need a beer for that, Wolby.
What's that?
I need to have a beer or two for that. Oh, Grace Kelly?
no, Grace Kelly was the princess of Monaco. Prince Rainier. I missed my calling. I should have been royal.
A little bit louder, a little bit worse.
Oh, what was
You know a little bit too much about this soup.
So maybe Paula knows, but there was a penny that came up for auction that with Edward VIII, and it went for a lot of money. I think I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look at it, but it went for a lot of money, and because there wasn't many made, because of course he wasn't king for long.
Life Coin Q&A. It says, "Is this Paula? Paula, is it you? Please reveal yourself." I don't get all the controversy. I think Harry and Meghan should just live their lives. I agree with that.
Okay,
Who's behind the Life Coin Q&A?
I get the controversy because they are constantly making the news, trying to put themselves out there, making it controversial.
Right.
And of course, and if that's what they truly wanted, then they could go somewhere and just sit down and shut up. You know, but that's how they're making their bread and butter, I think, and causing a lot of
I agree. Megan wants it all to be about her,
But who doesn't when you're royal?
but she's not royal.
No, but
Thank you,
but
Chief Stacker, for solving the mystery.
but are you talking about the gold? No, I was talking about
Megan butted her way into the royal family, and then all she wanted to do was complain about it.
yes, but that's because but again, that's because she isn't but that's a
Crystal's
whole
right there making themselves news if they didn't make noise. Yeah. I don't know.
yes, but we are and
I'm not going to judge. I don't want that karma.
that eat it all up and watch it. Yes, it was the penny. It was the 1937 penny that I was speaking about. Yes. Yeah. How many? I should have written down the mintage because there wasn't many.
Stack silver.
And
Of
oh my
what?
gosh, and stacks of really, I mean, seriously, nobody's really spoken about Camilla.
The message of what?
Of the penny with Edward VIII. Because they started, so really the Queen did not pass away until September. Until last September. So we're still not even, hi, Celtic Knot. We're still not even in a year for the year of mourning. We're still, he's having his a lot earlier than Queen Elizabeth did.
I have a question for Celtic Knot. Celtic Knot, is it Celtic with the hard C or Celtic with the soft C?
You minted, okay.
I think it's Celtic with the hard C.
No, Diane, she won't be queen, but that again, they say that she may.
I'm trying to change the subject and it's not.
Oh, well, Diane said, but she may be queen consort, but they say once he becomes king, he'll make her queen.
How about that NFL first round draft? What are we talking about?
The Celtics. Oh, the draft. Roll Tide. Go Georgia.
Roll Tide.
Georgia boys were a lot of Georgia boys were drafted. The criminals and the non-criminals.
Thank you, Stack.
But my surprise was Stetson Bennett. I was so surprised he was drafted. He's like 40 years old. But he was drafted. He's like 40.
40's young now.
Well, I'm just teasing, but he was like the oldest college player in probably, I don't know, history. I'm just teasing.
What do you mean?
Next.
I think William will be next. What do you mean? You think that he's not going to be king for very long?
Well, Williams is going to be next.
Yeah, but
he's the next in line.
Yes, but I think what people were maybe thinking though is if Camilla did become queen, she would not be queen unless Charles was living. So if he was to pass, it would automatically go to William, irregardless
Right.
of whether Camilla is alive or not.
True. Right.
But, again, we had seen the Queen on coins for 70 years. And that's why I thought it would be fun, because we're going to see a lot of coins come out from all kinds of different countries that are going to be different finally for after a very long time. And then I don't think Charles will be king for long, because he's well into his, what is he, 70 or like in his early 70s?
He could do what his mother did and pull
Yes,
off.
but still, that's if that, we'll just say he goes to 100, like his father lived to 100. That's still 30 years. It's not going to be anything close to 70 years that he'll be king. And then we'll have William, and William's already into his 40s. It just, the math just doesn't, work out for him to be.
He's 74.
Okay, so we'll just give him another, we'll just say to 100, it's what, 25 years. So basically, give or take, that he could possibly be king. Then we go into William, and he's in his 40s. And then we go but yet William does have very young children. So
right.
That could be.
And they're all around the same age. So, I mean, but after William is going to be Prince George.
George.
You know what, you guys? Crystal Ward brings up a good point. Queen consort is going to be dropped to queen. I heard that too.
Well, that's what I mean. I think after he becomes king, he's going to have her drop it. But see, and that all goes along too with before he promised his mother, he promised the queen that if he was allowed to marry her, that he would not push her being queen, that it would just be queen consort. So, did he tell us? Did he tell?
Right. Well, yes. Once Camilla has no right to be queen. Once Charles passes, it will go directly to William, then George. Yeah.
Yep. And there's not gonna be a queen. I mean, unless, because only one that's in there is Charlotte, but there's two other boys in between her.
Right. Again, the queen made her own rules, and so it would fall in line to Charlotte if the older son is not able to fulfill his duties. It would go directly to
right.
the daughter.
Right. That's the order is George,
right.
Charlotte, then Louis.
Right.
Louis is third.
Right. Yep. So, and I think that,
Diane's got a good point. Well, who was Queen Elizabeth married to? He was never queen. King consort. Consort.
Who's this?
Diane says, well, who was Queen Elizabeth married to? He was never queen. He was never king.
But he was never king either. He was Prince Philip. He was never a king either.
King's consort. Is there even such a thing?
No, I've never heard of such a thing. No, but they just called him Prince Philip. I do think they are supposed to crown her as, I've heard those rumors as well. They're going to crown her as the queen.
I think they will too. That's what Paul's saying. I think.
It's all screwed up anyway. The monarchy screwed up anyway. So they let commoners marry so the royal bloodline has been screwed up anyway. So maybe it doesn't matter anymore.
Doug about Queen Escort. Yeah.
Really, is it really royal anymore? Because once the royal bloodline has been, and that's happened with, I think,
Silverhair Stacker. I'm with you.
What are the possibilities with Catherine? Because she was a commoner. So once you marry commoner, the royal bloodline, hi, Tiger Stacker, is null and void. No royal bloodline anymore. So
Stack Silver says Freddie Mercury is the core of the Queen even today.
Rock on. I don't know. Or what is that? I don't know. I'm just so not hip. I try.
I'm not going to argue that, Nick.
But I can.
Oh, gosh. Don't ask. We're not going to say that. Is anybody watching Marie Antoinette on PBS?
I have watched Marie. Let them eat cake.
She never really said that, by the way.
No, but but people really do believe she did say that.
Tiger Stacker, hello.
Royal trivia: when Prince William and his family. Okay, I can't see that.
Okay, this is from the Don. Royal trivia: when Prince William and his family flies, William flies alone in one plane. Kate and the kids fly in a separate plane, just in case.
False. Because I didn't think they were supposed to fly at all, any of the family members together, but they all had to travel separate.
What are the possibilities?
Both he and she, and then the kids go with a nanny, is what I thought.
So what are the possibilities? William already said he doesn't want to be king. I never heard that. Is that true? Do you guys hear
Yeah,
that?
I never heard that either.
Okay, so if there's no royal anymore, can you imagine how much property they have that would go back to the taxpayers? The art, the castles, all the money. You know, how would that happen if what would happen to all that stuff?
Crystal Ward wants to know if you saw her last post.
I didn't see it.
Person. It was not his bloodline, Diane. He could never be King Philip. So somebody said that
And I think you have to be at least 18 years old to be king or queen too, I believe.
Is there an age? I don't know, because how do they know what? No, Queen Elizabeth. I don't know. I don't know about age, because I mean, look at King Tut. How old was he?
says Philip the Queen.
So
I'm with you.
I mean, let's just say William did say he didn't want to be king, which I don't see that happening. But if he did, would it go to maybe a 15?
It would go to the spare.
Tiger Stacker.
It would.
Sales, you're dating yourself, Tiger Stacker. Soupy Sales once said, once a king, always a king, but once a knight is enough.
Well, so if William passed it by, it wouldn't go to George?
No, because it would go to the second, it would go to Harry, because then it takes William's family out of line of succession.
Yeah.
Yep. That's another good show I've been watching lately. Oh my gosh.
Bloodline?
No, Succession.
Oh.
Yeah. Loosely based on that guy from England. Oh, the media mogul. Oh, Rupert Murdoch. It's really good. But I read an article about him that he's really a jerk and pitted his kids against. I mean, you guys have to watch that. It's really good.
Robert Pintoff says that was Harry that said he didn't want to be king. Well, good.
Well, duh, because he's not. Because he.
Well, Harry has no shot.
That's right. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. I mean, yeah, I would say that, but
Celtic now.
I want to be princess. I want to be princess, but
you do?
No.
You want to be a princess?
No.
Harry, yeah, that's true.
Yes, but if William was to decline, you break that line of succession. It would go to the next in line. Now, if there was no Harry, then maybe I don't know how that would work, but who knows?
It goes to William's son. If William didn't want to, then it would go to his son.
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Huh.
Chat, what do you guys think? If William said no, he didn't want to be king, who would be next in line? It would be his son, right? William's son.
Water to possibility said no, George would be next. Harry's like fifth in line.
Right.
And I think, but you know what? We're in America. We didn't want a king, and that's why we're here. Right? Who cares? Oh. Okay, so okay, Paula said she Googled it. So who would it be? And it may be because
I already got it right. Chat is Bay. Chat got it right. This is William's son.
It would be William's son. Oh. But maybe I was thinking because Edward did not have any children, and that's why Elizabeth. Or no?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, because I think you would still go through the procession, which would be William, George, Charlotte, and Louis.
Yeah. But had Edward had children, it would have went to his children instead of going to Queen Elizabeth, is what I was.
Then Charlotte, that's right. So Tiger Stacker says, not true. Our ancestors wanted a king, but George Washington said no. That's what I learned. That's how I heard it. That they did want a king.
They did want a king over here.
And Washington said no.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you, George Washington.
Changed everything.
That and yes, and so glad he did.
What? Celtic Knot, the Queen actually owns the entire U.S. bar, British accreditation registry, legal system, and build Title 4D as surety for our bankrupt social security system, which which maybe you say they insure, so we are their property. What?
Huh?
We now have King Joe. Yeah.
George Washington did not want it. He wanted what we got. Yeah. Then he retired making legal moonshine.
So, Doug, are you in line? Because Doug says he is a relative.
Is related to Queen
He's
Victoria.
related.
My mom's great aunt's husband received recognition.
Wow.
Queen Elizabeth when her great aunt passed. Wow.
That's really cool. That's really neat.
So Crystal says if no kids for William and Harry wasn't allowed, then Beatrice would be queen. These are a lot of big ifs.
Yeah.
So hail soup. I love all my subjects. Diane, that's because it was what we were used to. Yeah.
And I love soup.
Our government was formed because of George Washington. Yeah. So Chief Stacker says, imagine if we got rid of the northern border and Canada and America was one country. Do you think it would be better? Do you think we could get our act together better?
I don't know. You know, I still think we live in the best country in the world. And I think that's why we have several people trying to cross out both borders from the north end to the south. And if we didn't, why would everybody want to be over here and come over here? I still, yes, we have problems, we have issues, but I still believe that we live in the best country and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
I agree 100%.
And people can say, you know, whoever's the president, I'm going to be moving here, moving there. And I'm just going to say, when are you leaving? Because I don't
you notice that no one ever leaves.
No one ever leaves. No. And
Paul says, I am related to Burger King.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we still live in one of the best countries in the world.
The best.
The best. But again, we still have our own problems and our own issues, and those need to be dealt with. But I don't know. I think when people do say that, they're not giving our servicemen and the people that fought for our country and shed blood for this country, you know, I think that takes all respect away from them. So
the Don says that I'm stepping on a chat between Don and Doug Harding. Since I'm a distant cousin of Napoleon, we can reset the 100 years war. Really, the Don? Are you really?
Don, are you sure it's not Napoleon Dynamite, but the Napoleon? That's a good movie too, if you guys haven't seen it. Yes, and I think we have some of the most beautiful coins as well. Well, a couple of them.
You know, and back to your point about being in that we have the best country. I mean, the simple fact that you can even have this conversation, where in a lot of countries you can't even have this conversation right now,
yes.
Or else you'll be locked up or something else.
That's true.
And we need to protect our freedom of speech.
Or well, yes. Yes. The media in other countries are going to tell you how to think, what to think, and some of them I could go on I'll get off my soapbox now.
Tiger Stacker has a question for you, Silver Wolverine. Where is your?
He's secretly wearing his. He's secretly wearing his. And
you can't see. You can't see it.
Ow! Yeah. Kind of hurts a bit.
We're gonna have to look this up. This is really interesting stuff. Social Security went bankrupt in 1984. That's what I heard. The Royals insured their property through Title 4D. The Social Security Administration under the bar, which they use to control the legal contract language.
When it comes to Social Security,
I don't know any of that stuff.
I think there is a cap on Social Security on 160. I'm going to stop.
Look here, Stacker has it right. Put me on the obverse of our coins.
Yes. Then we did have some, I saw in Coin World where it talked about Harriet Tubman being on a commemorative coin coming out in 2024. Remember we spoke about that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said something about the $20 bill, which will come, in 2030, if that does come to fruition.
We still have fiat currency at that point. Do you think we will by 2030? Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know. It's a toss up. I don't know. We'll see. I hope we do. I hope we have currency.
Thank you, the Don. The Don says that I am our new Lady Liberty.
I still hope we have currency. And
Paula, I agree. Fiat ain't going nowhere. I agree.
Yeah, the Harriet Tubman legislation was passed already and signed into law August 3rd last year.
That's the commemorative.
Yep.
And I think Biden did sign something as well for the $20 bill, but that is not supposed to until 2030.
Yeah, but I think that's still speculation. I don't think that's actually happened yet. I think.
T Stacker has a good question. Is it better to collect gold maple leaf versus gold eagle? Question mark. 22 versus 24K. I'll take the 24K.
Tiger Stack, I'm not in for the Morgan or the piece. Nope.
I take the piece.
Yeah.
I like the Morgans.
I like the piece dollar better than a Morgan.
Well, I do agree with what Paula said, though, too, because I'm really, honestly, and I might offend somebody right now, too, by saying this, but I'm really tired of hearing all the videos about the banks all going to be going under or, because I'll be honest with you, some small banks might be hurting, but if they were run like they were in that California bank, they deserve to fail anyways, because that was run terribly. But I'll tell you what, right now, the big banks right now are record number profits. So recording. So I don't see banks failing.
It's becoming an old story real quick. In fact, I did a poll the other day and I had that exact question is what would you rather see a video about? And almost everybody said they rather have fun videos about stacking and collecting versus fair mongering about banks going under.
If a bank
and that's all it is.
Your money is insured up to $250,000 anyway. So if you have more than $250,000, then go put them in different banks. Maybe.
But not only that, but it's also $250,000 per beneficiary. So if you have beneficiaries, it's more than $250,000.
And the credit union is the same way, up to $250,000. So my advice would be have enough cash on hand at home, just so that if you were to file a claim, you have enough time and can cover yourself until you're able to receive that money from the FDIC. So if you can't go get your deposit out, it's insured. You'll get your money. So I don't think banks are going to be failing anytime soon.
At least not the big ones. I mean, you may have a few more smaller ones who made bad decisions, but it's not going to be on a large scale, in my opinion.
No, it's not going to be. And if it were going to be, it would have already happened by now. But we're not in a banking crisis.
No.
Hi, Big Sky. And if we were, I'm going to tell my husband to go look for a new job.
Hi, Big Sky. Well, so I'm going to go against you guys. I think they are going to go down. But I think there'll be a restructuring. So before they go down, it'll be a restructuring. My question was more about the digital coins, but I think that's commercial. Like, Wolfie, you did a stream where you were asking a question, do you want to go against it or something? It's like, it's already here, the digital coin.
Okay, so
it's commercial. I don't think it's retail yet. Or actually,
what do you mean go against? You said I did what?
Really?
Did you do a video about the the
No, what I did. Well, yeah, I did. So about, I don't know, a week and a half ago, I did do a video about it. But my video was about the legislation that was put forth by one of the senators, and I said because what the bill was for was to limit the authority of the Federal Reserve when it comes to issuing a CBDC. And I just said, if you are for it, go call your representatives and tell them you want that bill to pass.
I don't remember who sponsored the bill, but yes, they'll be voting.
It was Mike Lee.
And I do know that there has been a lot of Senate support for this bill. Quite a bit of Senate support for this bill to pass.
So, but people, and the point of my video was people need to call the representatives about that bill, both local, federal. I don't care who you call, but call them. And if you choose not to call at then CBC, which we all know is coming, if you don't call, then you don't have the right to complain about it.
Yes, I would call your senators, your representatives, and tell them that you wanted them to support it. But yeah, I agree with you. And I do know that there are a lot of people that call about it every day.
Chief Stacker's having an inside conversation here about the premiums being lower on maple leaves than the
Yes. Same thing with the
American Gold Eagle
They're
maple
a lot
leaf.
lower than the Gold Eagles.
But the Don says it's because of the premiums, because the Eagles have more numismatic premiums.
They're more,
that's Paula said that.
yeah, well, they're more recognizable as well. I mean, I want the American Gold Eagle. I just think they're pretty. They're prettier. I think they're, and plus it's America. So, but I think they're more recognizable around the world.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yep. And I think too, I mean, I shop around, but I do think that eventually, and give or take, you could make that premium back, especially in gold. And I think Jack said he doesn't trust banks, that he just takes his out, and I don't think that's a bad thing either. As long as you have a safe place to put it, it's not like you're making a lot of money keeping your money in the bank. Used to, people put their money in a savings account because they were able to make interest off it. They were able to make income off it, and you can't do that anymore. So really, if you have a safe place to put it, and not in a safety deposit box either.
I just put the link to that Coin World article about that bill in the chat.
Okay, good. Thanks. So Tiger Stacker says, I like both, but I prefer the buffalo and the buffalo hunt for
Silver Hair Seeker.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tiger Stacker.
I very much.
That rare one. There's a rare one. 1/10 buffalo. Oh, I know which one it is. Yeah. Actually, no, there where 6 are, but the owner won't sell. Wow.
Yeah, right now I think when did I see 1/10 Britannia, I think is in the round, give or take a couple days, like 230-ish, and the Maple's 230-ish as well.
Hello,
and
I like that name.
What?
And the Eagle last time I saw was about 260
ish. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I saw it at 266. So 237 Eagle Seas said. So in my opinion right now is not the time. Maple 240. So in my opinion wouldn't be to buy the American Gold Eagle as much as I would rather, but
yeah,
at the end of the day is 1/10.
I think so. And not only that, but according to my local coin shop, with them, a lot more people are wanting to go 24K anyway right now. But I think that's all hype too.
By foreign gold.
710 is oil upside down. I hide a quarter in the yard every week for savings.
So buy foreign gold. What do you suggest, Paula? What do you like for foreign gold? I see a lot of opinions. I think right now, I think I like the Britannia the best outside of the American Gold Eagle. I like the Britannia, and then I guess the third would be the Maple.
Hmm.
Jacker
says I like
I,
the
but
nuggets.
I don't like foreign gold that was in circulation though. I'm gonna go for
Oh yeah, yeah,
for a bullion, right? Because I mean, a
right.
lot of
Oh,
people like to buy, coins, foreign gold coins that were in circulation, sort of like our pre-33, and I'm
mhm.
just not interested in it.
Oh, okay. Oh, the 20 France. But also Russian gold from the past. I like that Spanish gold, that new series, the Royal Spanish Mint. I believe it was the bulls coming out, the 1/10 bull. I think those have dropped. There's only 2 in the series. Buy scrap, save money. Yeah. Well, what about jewelry? That's what Marie Antoinette. She had a lot of riches, and they used to have it all in jewelry, so they could wear it if they had to run. They were able
What a
to
good
wear it.
idea. Would slow you down, though, I think.
Well, what they did is they used to have a lot of their servants wear it as well if they were to hide it or whatever, because they didn't think the servants would have, people wouldn't think the servants would have it on them. So they were able to wear it and leave.
Did not know that.
Yep. Unless I don't know. I think gold jewelry too. I think that people don't give that enough attention.
It's
Dracula says, but I don't do much gold. I'm a silverback kind of guy. I don't have deep enough pockets.
I love silver and I'll never stop buying it. But I think gold is the better buy. I think gold is the better investment.
See, I agree, and I think the problem with that statement, and it's just my opinion, and I've said this before, is that a lot of people who say that they can't afford to buy gold, but they buy a bunch of silver.
I don't buy either, Wolvie. I'm putting it all in land.
But I'm also stacking more cash than even buying.
Yeah.
I think that
I am too.
I think that we need to have cash on hand.
I agree, and I was actually just telling Lisa that the other day in my stream that I had, that I'm stacking cash at the moment. I'm not buying anything. Yeah. So if I was buying, I prefer to buy gold. But right now, I'm not buying anything.
Eagle C says gold to hold and silver to speculate. It's an interesting strategy.
Bull nose ring. Yeah, sure.
Yes, stack cash.
I agree. I agree with Eagle Steve, but I would rather hold gold than to speculate with silver.
Yeah, I think, don't ask. I think that people don't realize how affordable gold can be if first of all, you got to shop around, and then I save my money. I'm not buying as much silver as I had been. And if you put some of that money back, it's more affordable. But then there's also other things that I save on too, that I'm able to, but I'm not buying an ounce and I'm not buying, half ounce either. I'm doing it very little by little. But I also save money. And Diane and I, we've had a lot of tips on that as well, making our own. I haven't done that in a while, but I need to. And Diane's cabin taught us a lot, to make your own laundry detergent, make your own soaps, and those are life skills too that I'm realizing that eventually we might need to really have, especially after what we've learned in 2020.
It's better for the environment anyway.
It's better for you too. I didn't realize all the chemicals. So my daughter's going to school, and when they're coming home and reading all these things to me, and like, oh my, they had this chapter on chemicals and what's in our stuff, and you really don't realize how bad this is for us and what it's causing us for health issues, inflammation, and skin rashes, and people are getting all these autoimmune So it's nothing is really good for you. And do we really know what's in the product that we're buying?
I know that.
Eagle Steve says you could always trade silver for gold when the ratio is down, and that does not always work because of the premiums on silver. I understand the gold to silver ratio, but the silver to gold ratio does not always work the way that people would like it to.
I agree with you, Department of Numismatics. Only purchase what you can afford is really going to, I mean, my goal is to stay out of debt, period.
Yeah.
Out of debt.
Nobody's buying anything on credit.
And
I
I think that's
hope.
the best point is have cash, stay out of debt, don't go broke.
So Paula says, invest in salt. If the world goes to crap, everyone will want salt. I hear you. It's important. Salt's important.
Yes, for a lot of things.
I really like the changes I've been making, the eating fresh food and stuff like that, just for health reasons, and staying away from the fear videos about
Really,
everything falling apart.
Good idea. Good
wow,
idea.
congratulations.
I buy frozen fruit.
Yeah, that's good. Frozen vegetables are actually just as, could be just as good as fresh if you can't get the fresh.
Yeah, I buy them all frozen at Costco.
I bought a peach tree. I bought 2 peach trees in my garden this year. And blueberry bushes.
Oh, we have wild blueberries here. I can go in the woods and pick them.
Well,
Maine,
aren't you lucky? Where's your crop?
We just have wild blueberries. We're kind of known for them.
That's nice.
But I have been freezing those. I've been freezing a lot of strawberries and blueberries and hi Rocky Superstar and apples. Apples as well. When we go apple picking in the fall, I still got a bunch in the freezer. So
Eagle Steve says, I invest in lead so I can take your gold and silver.
And I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys heard this report, but as far as the Ford truck, did you hear about the Ford truck blowing up in the
no.
in Blackberries too, Paula. So John says, giving up sugar isn't easy. I have a hard time with it. Boy, me too.
I mean, it's hard to find sugar is in everything, and it's in. I mean,
was that truck that blew up electric?
Yes, the lithium. And that I didn't realize once that catches fire, it's very hard to put out. It's not going to just take a water hose to put that out. So,
was that just recently? Because I mean, it's happened quite a bit.
Yes, that was just recently. But it said that Ford tried to keep it on the
stacker.
Yeah. And I was just thinking
about Rocky Superstar.
About all the banking stuff, and now they think we're all going to go to like these electric cars and stuff, and I just don't see that we're going to be all having to go rush and buy an electric car, because I'm not plugging my car that could blow up near my home or in my garage. I'm going to tell you that right now, especially if they're known to blow up and then can't put them out.
Me neither, and I'm not even planning on buying one. So,
gosh, I didn't know all that about it. So, Tiger Stacker says if EV.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
River, it's always at risk for spontaneous fire. Did not know that.
I didn't know that. Nope.
Jack says I can afford silver in small amounts more than buying gold in small amounts. Truth. I think. Hey, Mr. Boudreau. Hello.
Yes, but I have just found. In my area, it's a lot easier if I was to resell, which I don't plan to, but if I got myself in a position where I would, gold is going to go much faster than silver, because all they want is one type of silver coin here, and that's the American Silver Eagle. Other than that, they don't want anything else.
Yeah, see, and I mean, that's something that a lot of people don't think about is the resell part of it. And in your area, if you have to sell quickly, where would you sell and what are they buying? And that's the first thing I think people need to think about before you start buying a lot of stuff is where you're going to sell it.
I got another fun fact. Is I was watching about these what was the only
Right, don't
electric car that they want. Anyways, okay, so who was the only president that was arrested while he was in the White House? Grant. He was caught speeding around Washington in his horse and buggy.
Oh, that's funny.
When you're talking about all these like cars and stuff, you know.
Rocky just forgot it.
Did he? Oh yeah, it was great. So
Donesk is right. Lithium is one of the nastiest mining operations on the planet. Mm-hmm.
yes, and then once you have these batteries, how are you going to dispose of them all? I mean, that's not going to hurt the environment eventually. I think that they're not going to be able to dispose of those here easily.
It's definitely not the solution. I don't know who came up.
Yes, 710 people here, they make their own liquor in their bathtubs.
What am I hearing, Wolvie? What are you doing?
You hear something?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, you hear the thunderstorm outside.
Doesn't sound like a thunderstorm to me. Sounds like you're typing away in the
Nope.
water.
Yeah, I'm not typing anything, but right now it's pouring rain and thunder outside.
Oh, that did sound like water, actually.
I wish we could do that. No, they send all their bad stuff. I think that the batteries come from Korea that were blowing up in the Fords.
Oh, Celtic Knot says Grant got drunk and thrown in jail.
Who did?
While he was out riding in his buggy.
Oh, so he got a DUI.
Oh, I don't know if he was president yet or not. We'll have to look that one up. That's interesting. Fun fact.
Yeah. Grant got a DUI. Well, nevertheless, he was
find out more about Grant.
When I heard that, though, the fact, it was like he was speeding. You know, you didn't think of and then they're like, yeah, in a horse and buggy.
Riding his horse drunk. I knew someone
riding a horse drunk.
He used to go to the tally ho. We would ride. We would ride horses. I'd ride with my friend, and the owner of the stable would ride too. And he'd get so drunk, the horse would just take him back home.
And I know there's concerns too about
out on his horse.
About
save a horse, ride a president.
Who said that?
Department of Numismatics.
The Dawn. Oh my gosh, bro. Hey, John Jacobs. In our power grid, I mean, think about all these cars. Can you imagine us all plugging our cars in at the same time? Is our power grid gonna really? Are we gonna be able to plug them all in?
Yeah, I
mean, I keep the roads hot. There's no way I could keep a car charged. I can tell you that right now. As much as I'm on the roads, and there's no way my car would remain charged.
Donut says burn coal to make electricity to charge electric car. It's retarded. It is questionable for sure. Okay. Well, it's 9:53. What's our?
What's that, Lisa?
It's 9:53. I want to help you keep your time.
Oh yes, because I get crabby at this time of night because I get hungry.
Do we eat it this time of night?
Yes, I'm gonna probably have a snack before. Yeah.
When the power goes out, my gas-powered truck will always start. Yeah, Eagle Steve. Unless we have an EMP, then nobody's gonna. It's not.
Yeah. When the power's out, my lawnmower will start because it's like.
Mr. Boudreau has his biggest question. What are the electric company making power with? Yeah.
The best carbon-free electrical power source, nuclear
reactors.
Nuclear power. And I'm sure, yes. But a lot of political stuff surrounding that as well. Good night, Paula.
Good night, Paula.
Well, I appreciate everyone joining us, and we had like a little bit of a slow start this evening. I had technical difficulties. And then the crown kind of got kind of hurt my head a bit.
I know. You're no fun on cosplay. I just got mine off. So
Make sure everybody hits that thumb up button before we end the stream.
710. They're called duck boats in Massachusetts.
Silver Stacker says we'll be riding Schwinn bikes soon. That wouldn't be so. That would be pretty terrible. It really would. But I guess maybe we will.
Homesteaders, yeah. I guess if I was to,
All these hamsters are the best source of energy.
Paula, I would have to learn how to go to bed at a decent hour. So I would have to go to bed, so I wouldn't have to have lights on or candlelight, and not a real one.
So Jack Bellman asks, anyone like to trade silver for gold?
Who?
Jack is asking, look, anyone like to trade silver for gold? Is this a question like you want to actually trade?
What is the ratio right now?
Uh-oh, quick math at this hour.
Yeah, I know. You're not going to get that out of me. Well, listen to him. Are you calculating this right now? SW?
I'm trying.
Okay. Well, hurry up.
What are the possibilities? Electricity from the ether. Free energy has always been available. That's what I've heard. What are the possibilities? Donut says, makes me want to.
Roughly 80 Hi, Polly Buck. What?
That's a visual I didn't need right now. Horses produce methane. The environmentalists would have a fit, says Silver. Well, too bad. Oh, okay. 80-1, roughly 81. Yeah. Polly Buck. Hi, Polly.
Yeah, 8-1.
Zach Silver's got like the details, 79.3.
Who does?
Stack Silver says that it's 79.3, but Silver Hair and Polly Buck and John Jacobs, these guys know what they're doing here. A lot of people getting the right answer.
Yes. Well, I think it's time.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
It was a fun conversation.
Oh, where's your crown?
Oh, you want me to put it back on? Okay.
Yes. Bye.
Great stream, Nick.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Take care and have a